We are North Americans, and for those of you
Yeah, we
who
are.
still think we're from
We're live.
Berlin, we're not. No.
We are the Other People's Show. On a weird time tonight. That's okay. This is an odd show. You never know what you're going to get or when exactly you're going to get part 2 of the show. How's everyone doing tonight? Let's see. Let's try. Try that mic.
Can you hear me?
There we go. It's a fun-filled show tonight. I'm Adam with you, and in studio with me is the Bullfrog.
Yes, sir.
And Amber. But it is Friday, May 31st, the last day of the month.
Where's time going?
That's what I was, was that you and I that mentioned this earlier today?
It's so crazy, man. It's just like time just keeps slipping right by us, dude.
Yeah, one of my friends sent me this video. She posted on her Instagram where she was just kind of like banging around, playing on this piano out in the streets of Kingsport around this time, a little festival they have. Maybe Best Friend, what's the one over there? Is it called Best Friend?
No, that's Norton.
The one in Kingsport, that's the... Oh, man.
But you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Somebody can message in if they know what that one is.
Yeah.
Fun Fest. Is that what it's called?
Yes, that's what it is.
So they had these pianos at the time set around different places in Kingsport, painted differently by different artists and whatever. So that was a video. And she said, yeah, this showed up in my memories, 2015. And then she said, I just now realized 2015 is 9 years ago.
Woo! I don't like that.
Isn't that crazy?
I don't like that at all.
I think it's bright in here a little bit, don't you?
Well,
You can
yeah,
get that
I
light
got
off if you want to.
I got my sunglasses on.
If you don't mind, Jeremiah, it's behind that jukebox. We do have a jukebox in the studio. Read us the name of the jukebox. Oh, I should have asked you before you cut it off. That's like, cut on the light and find your way back through the maze. Yeah, see, yeah, that's the right one. But see what read us the name on the jukebox. A couple names that we might know, or maybe that we don't know.
Are those 8 tracks?
Oh, okay.
I don't know, to be honest with you. Okay.
Foreigner, The Police, The Temptations, The Dream Academy, Twisted Sister. I don't think we need to read anymore.
Well,
I see Purple Rain by Prince.
Yeah.
so what did they put in the jukeboxes in the 80s? Because that's probably an 80s
man.
jukebox.
Oh, in the 80s?
I'd say a nickel.
I mean, would it be a record? Is that what's inside of it? A little tiny record?
Just
45?
45.
Yeah.
Or they probably tried to do 8 tracks.
Now, I don't know if you all have ever been to this restaurant. I don't know if I want to call it a restaurant. It's a fun place to go called Johnny Rockets.
Yeah.
Have you heard of there?
Yeah.
Have you been there before?
No, I've never been. I wish I could.
I went to one up in Georgetown, and it seems like somewhere else, but I don't know how many there are, but it's kind of like it's a throwback to like the 50s diner. So everyone there has like they play like like the doo-wop 50s music and stuff like that, and it's really fun. But when someone has a birthday or orders or just a random thing or I can't remember, everyone like claps and then sometimes they'll just all walk in unison like with the desserts in their hand around the restaurant.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Have you heard of Lambert's?
I haven't.
So you sit at the table and it's huge. This place is huge. And they come around with buckets of food and they just slop it on your plate and they throw dinner rolls at you. That place was the most insane restaurant I've ever been to.
What was it called?
Lambert's.
Lambert's.
It was in like Illinois. I
Okay.
think.
Throw rolls at you?
Yeah, they throw dinner rolls at everybody. You just stand up and put your hands out like you're catching a football, and they throw them to you.
Oh yeah, that's exactly advertised on the first thing, Lambert's Cafe, home of the throwed rolls. That's what it says on the. I don't even have to click on anything.
The place is really cool.
It's in. Let's see
I
this.
think it's in Edwardsville or maybe towards O'Fallon or St. Louis area.
Let's see here. This one there is. Looks like there's two of them. Where did you? There, Ozark
Oh, there's one in
Ozark
Lake of the
Trail?
Ozarks?
or
Yeah.
Folly Foley,
Fallen.
Alabama,
Alabama.
Oh,
Whoa.
man.
I didn't go to that one.
or Ozark. This has to be the same one. There's
Oh,
no.
yeah. That's it.
Holy monkey.
I mean, this was back in like early 2000s, possibly even the 90s. So.
Okay,
She's
so
old.
so there might not be the. Let's see. Okay, here's some locations. Looks like there's three locations.
Dang.
What?
Yeah, yeah.
It's pretty good.
But yeah.
If I remember it, 20 years later, it had to be pretty good.
Yeah.
See, that's hilarious. I'm looking at the website now, and I'm going through the menu, and hot rolls is the first thing when you click on it, but nothing else on there says that except there's a little logo. It's like a little circle logo with the man giving out a pan full of rolls, and it says Lambert's Cafe, home of the throwed rolls. It's about the size of this ring. Well, it's a smaller version of the ring light. It's probably about that big, and it's in the corner. Those rolls do look. They look huge.
Heck yeah.
And I would like to. I got to click off that because I'd like to eat one now. Man,
Shoot,
Lambert's.
you ain't got no food for us to try this.
Got me. We might have to try. We might have to do a show from the
tapped out.
from the road.
What was that Oreo we
Oh,
tried
it's a
last
Sour
time?
Patch Kid. It was
Oh,
burned
man.
into my memory. I don't ever want to try that again.
Yeah.
Oh,
A couple of people told me that they didn't try it, but I've never seen them in a small package. I've only seen them in the bigger package, and I'm like, all right, if you're going to offer something, wouldn't you at least offer it in like a small pack?
yeah.
Like at
for
the dollar
real.
store, you can
No,
get
you
them
don't
in
want to
like,
buy 40 freaking
No.
pieces of 40
especially
Oreos.
double stuffed.
Yeah, no.
When I lived
How
in-
much
Makes
money
no sense.
would it take? All right, I'm gonna throw out some money to you all. Okay.
I like money.
Okay. So I'm gonna throw out, but it's under conditions.
Uh-oh.
Well, okay, the
Money
conditions
for nothing.
are $10 for a bag. How many is in a bag of Oreos? 24?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
All right, 24 double stuffed Oreos. I'll give you $10 to eat the whole bag. Yes or no?
No. Ain't no way. Her kids? Yeah.
I have.
Would you? Would
for
you?
free.
Oh, so you would do it for free?
I mean, I have before.
So you would do it live on the radio for free? You would eat a 24 Oreo.
How much milk do I get?
You can have as much milk as you want.
All right.
Okay.
She can do it.
So for free. Okay, so nothing. Okay, what about $20 for Jeremiah?
Dude, I could eat about 2. I don't do sweets.
Okay. $30.
We're talking money. Okay. I'll try it.
The whole bag.
I would try it.
Okay. So you wouldn't hold out for more money. It'd only take $30.
Yeah.
And Amber would do it for free.
Yes, I
She
will.
would.
Well, this is a lot. I thought it would cost more.
Watch him pull out.
I
that
couldn't
whole
do.
box
I
of
couldn't do it.
Oreos.
I couldn't do it for like I am. I'm going to pull out the money. So Jeremiah could either help weed eat, which he did today. Thank you, much
Thank
appreciated.
You were very welcome.
Or-
I was glad to help.
I could pay him about the same amount to eat 24 Sour Patch.
Oh, you didn't say they
I'll
were Sour
weed eat.
Patch.
I'll
You said
weed
double
eat
stuff.
and mow.
Oh, I'm sorry. All right, I didn't. I didn't. I now that you said that, you're correct.
So for those Sour Patch Oreos?
Yes.
Nothing. You couldn't pay me anything
Hey,
to eat those. They're
100.
disgusting.
$100.
I'll weed
Nope.
eat.
$500.
Nope.
$1,000 bill.
Nope.
You're being dumb, dude.
No.
Come on.
Nope. I will never touch
Amber.
those cookies. Those were disgusting.
$10,000,
I
$5,000.
gagged and threw that crap up in the trash.
So
one
we
for
do
the
it-
team, bro. You
So,
got
all right. So here's the
500
condition.
bucks.
Here's the condition here. All right, let's say we do a 2-hour show.
Yeah.
Real talk for an hour.
Yeah.
This show for an hour. So 10 to midnight.
Yeah.
In that time, we'll check on you periodically, every so often, and you'll be eating 24 Sour Patch Oreo cookies
How many times
over
did
those
you puke?
2 hours for $1,000, and you would turn it down?
No, I wouldn't turn it down.
Okay. I was gonna say.
That'd be pretty darn.
That just proves the fact that money is the root of all evil.
It
Because,
does.
like,
It does.
never
No, I can't
do
afford.
that.
I don't have the budget for that. But if it were like, at first, like, all right, if Jeremiah said 30,
Yeah.
all right, I could pay him 30.
You jump from $30 to $100, though.
Hey, Jeremiah works cheap. Bullfrog Plumbing. And plumbing repairs or whatever I name that place. I don't know.
Propane and propane accessories.
But you never know, like I've been at certain points where I've had to do 3-4
Yeah.
jobs at one time,
It's not
and
fun.
it's not fun. But I have learned, like, if you have you done certain, like, I've never really done a job I would say that I hate. Not really.
Oh, wow.
I've honestly never, I've been in a job I've disliked at times and dreaded going in at times, but never flat out hated.
I get it. Man, I had a job at Asplin, dude. It was a love-hate relationship. I hated climbing trees. I hated getting in the bucket. I hated cutting brush. But when I first started there, the only thing I was doing was spraying. I was just spraying plants, man. That's all I was doing, spraying and
Right.
just getting out there with a easy day's pay. And that job, it really, honestly, it taught me a whole lot, dude, about just wanting to push myself to do more things. And I started climbing, and I started working out of the bucket, and I ended up at a climber, which is high as you can get without being a foreman. And dude, it was a good experience. I'm very scared of heights, like really scared of heights.
Yeah.
I have nightmares about falling off of cliffs and out of trees and off of roofs and stuff. But that right there that job taught me more than anything's ever taught me. It was I kind of got pushed into that job. That's actually where I got my nickname, Bullfrog.
Right. No, luckily
Nobody-
you didn't get pushed in when you were up in the tree, did
No,
you? Like,
no.
oh,
That's
okay.
when
Hey, Jeremiah, let's have the interview up in this tree.
yeah.
And you're like, well, up in the tree?
No, I'll take a
Oh.
pass. They said,
Would you
"Don't
have
look
done the
down."
interview if he wanted to have it up in the tree?
No.
How much would that cost? How much would
$6
that
million.
for you to do the interview in the tree?
Yeah, if the bucket was extended all the way out,
He
or my
won't even
climbing
go
rope ran
zip
out.
lining
Yeah.
with me.
Well, you listen.
No, I would do the zip lining. Now, I would, to be honest, so, okay, go ahead and say what you were going to say, sorry.
The zip lining, that's different. You've got people that know what they're doing.
Like,
putting
which
things
zip
together.
lining? What's under you? Which one?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, there's a couple I've
Chasm.
seen. A what?
Concrete.
Chasm?
Oh, at first I thought you said a castle. I was like, a castle? What are we, like,
That's not gonna
zipping
help.
in as, like, medieval
I've already
warriors?
I've been ziplining like multiple times. My next thing I want to do is like bungee jump or no, I don't want to skydive, but I want to go to like when we lived in Denver, we have this skydiving facility.
Right.
So it was all enclosed. And I thought that would be like really cool to do. 'Cause
That would be
even
cool.
If I hit the ground, I'm not going to hit like dirt. I'm going to hit some like air rags. at
Right.
No
least.
doubt.
Well, I do, here, my thought, I do want to, I do have a fear of heights.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've been down to Savannah, but there's like a high
Georgia.
bridge. And that bridge often
Bridge.
gives me, is that what it's called?
I think it's called the Sky Bridge.
They
Yeah.
have the Sky Bridge at the Grand Canyon too.
It gives me, see, I need to go there as well, which I plan.
I just went a couple years ago.
I am planning a trip to Utah this
Okay.
summer.
It's beautiful.
I've been actually twice. Once when I was a little kid, and once now that I read on Terry's Facebook page or Instagram page 9 years ago, because 9 years ago also she lived in Slab City, or she lived in Long Beach, California.
Okay.
And her boyfriend lived there. She flew back to Big Stone to see her mom and her dad. But she talked her dad into paying my way out there. If I drove her back, he would pay the way.
Ooh,
So when I took her back, we took some detours
of course.
and took her time going back.
Yeah. How many days did that
Sightseeing.
take you?
We did about 8 days.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
it
we
took
stayed
me
at
3
some.
nonstop to get here from Denver.
We stayed some really cool off the road places too. Once we got
Right.
past like Arkansas,
Okay.
because places that were a little I'd only been there once. Excuse me, some of these states as a kid, and so we would stay in some places, or we went to this place in this movie called U-Turn. I can't think of the. Have you heard of that movie?
No,
It's
but
a
I've heard of
real.
Wrong Turn.
It's not Wrong Turn, but I know that movie too. But
All 6 of them.
yeah, I've only seen the first one. But we went to this. There's this movie called U-Turn. It's a 1997 movie. No one I've ever really talked to, I don't think in my life has ever seen it. And I saw it in a theater when I was a kid, where I went to the Reel-to-Reel theater, which is now shut down due to COVID. But I went over there to see Jackie Brown. Jackie Brown wasn't actually no. My memories.
Tarantino movie?
That was a different time. I actually went over there to see this movie. I'd read about it in Entertainment Weekly magazine. And it's about a man that he's going to Vegas and to pay off his gambling debt.
Mm-hmm.
But when his car breaks down on the way there to meet the Russian mafia. And everything that he's doing to try to get out of this town, bad happens to him.
Yeah, something goes wrong.
Yeah, like he's got this bag full of money. Well, his car breaks down for one. So he's got a 66 Mustang. So like Billy Bob Thornton is like the mechanic. But Billy Bob gained like 45 pounds for this role.
Well, no kidding.
So it doesn't look like Billy Bob Thornton at all. And
man.
so he has to try to order his part. So he's walking, Sean Penn's the main guy. Oliver Stone movie. Sean Penn's walking around town. Somehow he accidentally gets, involved in a heist.
Yeah.
Like a robbery. But the bad guys not only kill the people they're trying to rob, they shoot the bag of money that he had for the mobsters. So after that happens, he's like, "What? I don't know what. I don't have money to pay to get my car." And Billy Bob's like, "You're not getting the car until you give me the money."
Yeah, of course.
So he happens to the sheriff happens to see an outsider walking around, puts him in the car, and he's like, "Listen, I want you to, you're an outsider. You'll be able to get away. My wife has this stash of money hidden, but she's got this key around her neck.
Yeah.
And I can't really ever get to it, but if you do it, you can have half. And it's supposed to be $10,000. So it's that kind of a movie. So all these things, anything that goes wrong, that can go wrong, does go wrong. So, but I say all that to say that this movie was filmed in... I'm trying to think of the place it was filmed. Terry and I actually went there. And it was just... it was Superior, Arizona was the name of it.
Superior, Arizona.
So yeah, if you got your phones at home or not driving, but anyway, if you're listening on WLSDradio.com, you can go and look it up, and it looks like something out of a movie, even if it wasn't.
Yeah.
But it's not even a town. Like you think of a small town here would be like maybe Appalachia or Pound or something like that. But if you think of it, an outsider coming here, they would look at all these mountains and all the greenery and be amazed.
Yeah, of course.
Whereas obviously it's beautiful
country. Yeah.
and we see it every day.
We don't appreciate it as much.
No.
As a person that didn't have any clue about
I can
you know,
vouch for
any
that.
kind of, scenery, really.
I grew up in Illinois and Colorado, so when I came here, I was just
Starstruck.
yeah, and then I moved, and I was gone for like 12 to 10 years, and every time I'd come home and visit, I just wouldn't want to leave.
So come around and look at some of these. Look at some of these photos here on the screen here, and see what you think. This is a little bit. This is a little bit of Superior,
Oh, man.
Arizona.
That's Utah through and through.
That is
Or is
beautiful.
it Arizona?
This one's Arizona, but Utah very similar because we went to Utah and
I
Arizona.
drove through Utah a million
Uh,
times back in 2021, actually.
We're about to take a trip up to
'Cause I
Missouri.
Lived, yeah.
Yeah.
I lived in Vegas
Dude, I
like
ain't
that
never
whole
been
year.
to
Well, see, I thought about we thought about going to Vegas, and I thought about going to Reno.
Yeah.
Vegas is just not.
See,
If
I
you
just
go-
want. See, I'm not going to gamble. I don't care about that. I just
No.
wanted to.
If you
For
go,
one, I wanted
go
to film some
Mesquite.
stuff, and like just. I honestly thought about. I planned. I could do a 24-hour trip.
Yeah.
To be honest with you,
Yeah.
a
We
few weeks
all
ago,
could.
I actually planned a 24-hour trip. I wanted to go to see this director. He was doing this hosting thing in California, and I was like, I could fly out, go to Nashville, take off, get the red eye,
Yeah.
fly out there, get there, hang out, do their show, meet him afterwards, talk to him a little bit, because we've conversed and talked a little bit on
Yeah.
Instagram.
Okay.
If you go to Nevada, that's where you need to go. Valley of Fire.
I do want to go.
It's gorgeous, and it's only,
That's
less than an
that
hour
phone
from
is so
Vegas.
cool too. You can't even tell where it
Hey,
bends.
Oh, I hate that phone. That's a spite phone. If
I thought you
ever
liked
saw
it.
one. No, I hate it.
we have two things we need to really talk about that we have not reached on yet.
The hot dogs.
The weird smell everywhere and the best and worst hot dogs.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, we got sidetracked from
All right.
the list, but
So,
yeah.
That weird smell. It is I don't know, man. It's kind of like it's almost like a metallic smell, but it's almost like a sulfur smell too. It's just rotten. And you smell it everywhere you go.
I don't know if anybody drove through Pound today, but the whole town
Nuclear.
stunk.
It's that nuclear plant. They're already
I mean-
planning on putting it in.
It wasn't this. This was like pure dog crap everywhere. I had the windows down.
Yeah.
I had to roll them up. Even
Yeah.
driving through like the main strip of Pound, I was like,
Well,
"Oh my goodness,
that's what it
what
is.
is that?"
It's what it is.
Oh.
Sorry.
I don't know what that was. I mean, I know what it was, but I'm not sure.
Best,
What was that? I have no idea.
best and worst hot dogs.
Yeah, I've had a weird smell, and it's, I can't really explain. Like I've not, and I looked up the symptoms of possibly COVID and such.
Yeah.
Well, COVID is
And,
like lack of.
But I'm like, I don't. What else could it be? But you mentioned that, and a few people have said that. And then I looked up something also called olfactory
Hallucinogens.
hallucination phantosmia.
Yeah,
And
that's,
it's
you
you-
took the words
you
right out
detect-
of my mouth.
I'm sure you did.
Exactly. So it says the odors you notice in all that are different from person to person, but it may be foul or it could be pleasant. You may notice the smell in one or both of your nostrils.
What?
I notice it, like I don't smell it at this moment, but I've smelled it in here,
Yeah.
in my car, at my place.
Yep.
And just out. It could be outside. I did some filming, shooting today. So I don't know what it could be. I really don't know what it could be. I don't. Would you have my sheet
Yes, I'll probably.
or
do.
a sheet? It doesn't matter which one. I was like, I forgot what was on the sheet. I didn't really forget. I have it pulled up, but this is the little. I guess the X Files. I guess X Files music is.
That is perfect.
It's too late for. I had it pulled up over here, but I did. I'll tell you about
Oh,
this.
we getting into UFOs now.
Well, I was really going to talk about hot dogs.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
So I was like,
talking
well,
about,
you know.
mustard on hot dogs.
I was
and
like, you
stuff.
know, ooh, it's a alien hot dog. But
Let me
I
tell
do
you
have a
about some
list,
hot dog.
and I have made hot dogs recently on the George Foreman grill,
Ooh.
Oh,
and they
you fancy.
they are good. The George Foreman grill.
Really? And you didn't even invite me?
No, I ate them all myself. It was the one thing that I could actually taste and smell a little bit. Not
That's
too
good.
much though.
That's good.
So do you all like hot dogs? Like who doesn't
I
like hot?
love
Does everyone
hot dogs.
like hot
I love
dogs?
hot dogs.
Who doesn't like a hot dog? Dude, if you don't like a hot dog, you need to play that UFO song again. I'll play it myself.
Voices?
No.
You got freaked out?
That's our guest, too.
Wow.
So my favorite hot dog has to have like the custard stand hot dog chili on it. I can't eat a hot dog without chili.
Turn that one out like this. You can turn that, and then you can turn the mic toward you.
Squeaky, squeaky.
That wasn't me. Look at me.
That wasn't you.
That was Stitch, bro.
That wasn't you.
No.
Yes, it was.
No. I know her voice.
Bro, it's okay. I'm haunted. Just go with it.
All right. So, bestest hot dog in the world.
Well.
You know what it is?
Chili and onions.
No, it's not.
Mm-hmm.
You have your own opinion, and I have mine. And my opinion is mustard and jalapenos.
Oh.
Yeah. Make a good hot dog.
Well, what about? This is the list of the 12 best hot dogs at the grocery store.
At the
Like
grocery
brands?
store.
Hot dog.
Did you know this?
Yes, I know this song. I have 3 kids under the age of 7. I'm very familiar
I love
with this
Mickey
song.
Mouse.
Really? That just blew. I mean, kind of blew my mind. I never expected somebody to be singing along to Hot Dog.
No, I can't talk like Daffy Duck.
My dad does like perfect impressions.
That would be.
Well, your dad's
I always
cool.
wish I could do impressions. Okay, so let's go through the list and let's see what you all think, because I'm not sure. I've not been through this. So this number 12, they've got the original Oscar Mayer wiener.
Gorge.
Have you ever seen that Oscar Mayer wiener mobile?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh no, the Wiener Mobile.
So they pay $38,000 per year to drive that thing around.
That's not.
You got an application?
I would do it.
Like bare
Hey,
minimum.
dude, let's go.
It is
drive
bare
it.
minimum, but they're going to pay for gas because listen, if you get the Wiener Mobile, you can't go through the drive-through. You got to, you can't go through a bridge. Can you go under a bridge? Can that thing go
Not
under a
with that
bridge?
big wiener.
It's
Honestly.
like 20 foot tall, isn't
But
it?
you know what? In this day and age, people love that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I know.
15 years ago, you would have been dogged so
Yep.
much for driving a
You know what?
Wiener Mobile.
You really would have been.
And then everybody now just wants to take a picture with it.
Well, here's what I would do. While I had it for that year, what's to say that you couldn't Airbnb it out during that year?
Oh my gosh!
Because
got
have you
a
seen the
Wiener
inside of
Mobile.
it?
Or,
It's-
pay for
Wiener
pictures.
wagon.
I mean, it
Wiener
is.
wagon. Oh, nice alliteration.
Yeah,
That's
it is
awesome.
I've seen it several. I've seen it. I bet I've seen it probably 8 times. There's a Mr. Peanut one too.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen that one?
No, I have
Oh,
not.
I've only seen that one twice.
I would love that.
But I used to travel Interstate 81 a lot, and that's where I saw it. Come look at the inside of this. This is the hot dog wiener mobile.
Hot dog Wiener Mobile.
The inside of it. Here's like part of the inside. I don't know why it's over there, but
Oh man, that reminds me of the roly poly oly. Oh kid.
well, you got to see some of it though, didn't you?
Yeah, it looks like the roly poly olies.
So it's
Remember them?
kind of so inside is basically, for the most part, yellow and red. So at the front part, you've got the inside of it. It looks like the sky is painted above,
Yeah.
blue with clouds,
Oh Lord.
and it's got the sunroof up there too.
Yeah.
So as you're looking out the top of the wiener, you can just look at the sky and then enjoy the view.
Look at the top of the wiener.
And it's kind of it. You've seen the back of it. It's high. It's like in a bun. I think it's on a bun, but it's red and it's really over the top. But it would be something that I would.
It's definitely a novelty.
I wouldn't mind driving it, but I think it would probably be difficult to drive.
I believe it would.
You know,
be.
I don't
You
think
know
it'd be
how
an
many
easy thing to drive.
Curbs I would hit and that.
Yeah,
God.
You'd bust 4 tires before we got there.
I mean, you'd probably accidentally go like plow through power lines sometimes and be like, "Why is that wiener like pulling those power lines? What's going on here?" So that was at number 12. Let's see what else we have.
Let's see. It's
Do you all like those?
Now,
I mean, you all have had those Oscar Mayer wiener hot dogs.
Oh yeah.
Dude,
I mean,
they're great.
You know, best on the grill though.
Yeah.
When you say
Oh,
even
yeah.
better than
Absolutely.
George Foreman, better
Yeah.
on the grill.
I like the cheese
Yes.
filled ones.
Those are good ones too. They have number 11, the Welshire Premium All American Natural
God.
Uncured Beef.
That is a
Do
lot of
they?
words.
I don't know this one at Whole Foods, so
Tell 'em
Oh,
it
that's why.
sucks.
we don't. Okay, so we don't really go there. We've got a whole nother Whole
has
Foods.
good
Rack
stuff.
of Rock coming up on 92.75 or whatever station we're on. I can't remember.
92.5. So we got Oscar Mayer Natural Angus.
Natural. Okay.
What?
I've never tried those.
Me either.
The chili
yeah.
cheese.
Dude.
Do you know what's better than a hot dog though? A brat.
I agree.
What?
A brat. Bratwurst.
I would agree.
They're
You would
much
agree?
tastier.
I would agree. What about the?
jalapeno stuffed ones?
Well, they've got the.
Jalapenos.
The
You got me.
Here's the. So it's called Sabret is the name. I've never seen it, but it kind of like those brats. And number 1, which is my favorite hot dog, which is one I had the other day on George Foreman, which is the Hebrew National Beef Franks.
Oh, those are good.
Oh, heck yeah.
Now I went back and I almost purchased again until I looked at the price and I was like,
Yeah.
I can't do this like 2 weeks in a row.
So just get the 98-cent pack.
Well, see, I didn't get any.
Marbles.
I didn't get anything. Actually, I got these. What's good to do is you go and if you want something that you're craving. Let's say you're craving a steak.
Oh yeah.
Or
go to the
whatever.
clearance section.
Go to right when the date. If you want it that day, you'll find something.
Yep.
If you go to one of the, probably not Walmart, but if you go to like
No.
Food
Yeah.
City or
Yeah.
UGO or
Yeah.
Priceless,
Buy me
is it
at
called
Walmart.
Priceless?
Priceless.
Yeah. if you go to one of those, you can find something that will meet your taste bud cravings.
Or United Grocery. That
Yes.
is a great place. They've got buffalo meat, dude. They've got buffalo meat, deer meat, turkey meat, dude. Stuff that I like have to work to get for meat. Like my freezer stays full, but I've got to shoot it.
God, mine does. I mean, mine does stay full, but unfortunately, when I open it up, I need like a chisel and a hammer to chip away at the ice because I don't have any
exactly,
food in
dude.
it.
Mine's
It's just
full,
all
but
ice.
I open it and then I
No,
don't
I'm just
want
kidding.
anything in it.
I do have a few things in there. I do have like some 99-cent ice cream,
I got some corn
Hey,
dogs.
dude, them 99-cent ice creams, dude. them
and there's
are
some
good.
99-cent
You
want
garlic
hot
bread
dogs?
that you put
Yeah.
in the air fryer for
Yep.
like 5 minutes.
22 seconds.
The air fryer, I do have. I wish I had a smaller one, but they're.
Air fryer is like priceless.
It is.
Do so much with it.
It is. Who knew? Well, I mean, I guess I guess anybody knows now, but who knew? They should have known.
We used to slice mushrooms really, really thin, like chip size,
Right.
potato chip size, and fry them up like that.
Like you could
crispy
slide them
mushroom
under the
chips.
door. That thin.
Yeah, yeah.
Slide them under the door. Give me a sliced mushroom.
We'd take one
Mushroom.
Those, those like super.
Mike Tyson. Give me a sliced mushroom.
Those super fancy like cheese slicers that has like the metal, the thread.
Yeah, I would always be afraid. I would just.
We'd use that.
I'd be afraid I just would cut myself on that.
I always think of that movie Ghost Ship.
You know that is a movie. When I talked about
We need to talk about that one.
when I talked about House on Haunted Hill a few weeks ago, Dark, I think it was called Dark House Productions.
Yeah.
Dark House Pictures did that one. Ghost Ship.
Yeah.
13 Ghosts.
Arguably the best opening series in any horror movie. Ghost Ship. Getting
Well, who thought
how
that?
many people got chopped in half?
At least
The
30.
entire ship?
All
Gosh,
this,
I'm
yeah,
not.
everybody up on that top deck.
I mean, that's arguably the best
like-
opening scene in a horror movie.
11 when I saw
Brutal.
it.
Brutal.
I've never watched it since.
Yeah, me either.
No need to. It's been burned into my brain.
That's the thing. So I'll never forget it. I worked at the movie theater, and we put up the movie poster, and it had a big ship on the front of it with
Yeah.
this,
This-
like a
the
face,
Yeah.
Ghost
and
skull
it
or
said
whatever.
"See Evil"
Yep.
on the tagline.
German. Yep.
And so we would often, one of the perks of working at the theater, we would often watch the movies
Right.
early.
Yeah.
Always.
No kidding.
Even if I didn't really care about the movie, if it was something I
Watch
didn't want
it
to see at all,
anyways.
like most, I'd say I would probably watch 99% of the things that we got. And Ghost Ship was one of them. Mm-hmm. And we really didn't know. I'd read about Ghost Ship, and I don't know if I'd seen a preview for it, to be
Wouldn't
honest.
expect it, yeah.
But I didn't expect that.
No.
And there was only like four of us watched it, I think.
The best opening series or opening to a movie that I can think of would be 13 Ghosts, where the prince, he came the beginning of the movie, dude. He comes in there and just starts beating the shit out of people, or beating the poop out of people with his baseball bat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He came in there, dude. He was crushing cars, crushing people, throwing things, throwing cars and everything else.
I don't even really recall that movie. I haven't seen it
13
in a
Ghosts.
long time.
I mean, I've seen
I
it.
was a
13
child.
Ghosts. Oh man.
I saw it like twice in theaters. See, I was a projectionist, and I once again, I watched at least some parts of every single movie just to make sure the movie's working correctly, make sure I build it correctly, and so
Yep.
forth. And that was one that
That's-
I did watch, and it was very when
very creative.
that guy gets sliced in half by that glass door.
Yeah. What's his name from? Dude, he played Shaggy and
Matt Lillard.
Matt Lillard, thank you. Matt Lillard got cut in half, man.
Yeah,
And dude, that's
that's a
like
freaky
that
one.
movie after that.
Yeah. I mean, there's sometimes, there are these movies that you really like, but you don't go back to them either because, well, for one, there may be some that you don't like and you don't go back because they're
Yeah.
not good. Two, you have some kind of like emotional tie,
Yep.
and you might not want to go
To an
back
act.
to that place,
Yep.
even though you love the movie.
Yep.
Or it could
one
be a
of those.
movie like you all said, Ghost Ship. It's burned in your brain. No need to revisit that.
No.
Yeah.
You know.
That's just
No
trauma
need
waiting to
at
be
all.
opened back up.
So that's one, like Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Oh man.
I don't go back to it often
I would
because it
never
always
watch that
kind of
again.
drags
It
me down.
hurts you. It does.
It
It does.
and
does.
it's
Me
great.
Before You is really terrible too. I watched it once and I bawled my eyes out and I said never again will I watch that.
Yeah, there's a couple that I'm like, no, it's great movies.
Yep.
Did you ever watch Hard Candy?
You know, I did see Hard Candy at a film at the DC Film Festival. And
right here.
It was wild.
Talitha and I went, and we had got, you know, I wasn't angry, but I was a little bit angered
Yeah.
when
I get
she
that.
wasn't ready on
Yeah.
time for us to go.
Yep.
You know, should I have been? No, because she got the tickets and
Yep.
the one who set up the whole thing.
Yep.
But I was like, let's go. I wasn't angry, but I was like, let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, how many times can you say it? You know, like, here's what it'll be like. All right, it'll be like, okay, let's go.
Yeah. It ain't enough.
And then, you know, the time ticks by.
3 more times.
Oh, let's go.
Football.
And then, you know, 5 or 6 more minutes. So, you know, a total of 15 to, let's go. Jeez.
So I have a
Amazing.
question.
I mean, and so it was that kind of thing. But we went to see Hard Candy. Someone got up and walked out at this one particular part that
Yep.
you think something happens, but it doesn't end up happening.
Oh yeah, that's like my favorite part.
My stomach ended up getting almost sick. I do remember sitting there, but somebody did get up and walk out during that scene.
I
So
guarantee
you've
it.
seen that, then you know some pretty messed up movies. Have you seen Teeth?
Oh gosh, who hasn't
I've seen
seen
Teeth.
That
Yeah,
was like
crazy.
a right
Are we
into
even allowed to talk
teenagehood at
about
my
that?
Here's what we'll do. We'll do a Patreon version of Teeth.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't put
You wanna
that
do
on the
that?
radio.
It's dead.
Yeah, we'll do a Patreon because I'm going to start that up soon because we've got enough people that are interested. So we'll
Yes.
start a Patreon.
Dude,
We'll start a
if that
Patreon up
don't bring
soon.
people in, nothing ain't going to.
So that brings us to some new movies.
Let's do it.
What were you gonna say before I cut you off, Amber? I forgot. I didn't mean to cut you off. You said you have a question.
Oh, it was just about the. I was gonna ask you what the most disturbing movie you've ever seen was.
I mean, it could be
That is
disturbing.
another-
Disturbing as then. I mean, there's a couple of different ones. More would be,
As in puke factor.
Ooh.
you know, maybe that really turned my stomach. A movie called I think it's called Gummo.
Gummo.
Oh,
Oh, no.
So
Let's talk about that one.
yeah, we'll do that on
On
Patreon.
Patreon.
We'll do that one on
I
Patreon.
believe we'll do that.
I
That'd be
I
good.
knew was that I can't remember who I was talking of, maybe Mikey about Harmony Korine, the director.
You're the coolest
some of
radio
his-
dude ever.
Do what?
You're the coolest radio dude
Oh.
ever. Your voice is like so.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bro,
I appreciate
love
that.
it.
I appreciate that. It does sound different with the headphones. I think it's it's a headphone kind of thing.
It is.
Isn't
It's
it?
great, dude.
I do
You're
appreciate
perfect.
that. Did you have? But I'll ask all there that question. But it's more of a. It made me feel dirty, like I discovered it because I'd read about some of his movies. I used to go to this really cool used bookstore, and they had used books and vinyl and CD, cassette. They even had some VHS, which I didn't fool with, but they, at the time, DVDs were readily available, so they would
Yeah.
have a lot of. This was
Yeah.
like mid 2000s, probably 2005 through 2012. That's when I lived up in DC the second time. So it had all these cool places, and I just happened to find Gummo there, and I was like, okay, let me get it. I have to see it. And I watched it a couple times, and I regrettably, I felt dirty even having it in the
Right.
apartment.
I get that.
So I traded it because you could trade stuff back.
Yeah.
So I traded it back in for some, sometimes you get those movies because if you could get a movie for $2 and watch it once or
wouldn't you?
twice.
Yeah.
It's worth it.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll get 1 or 2 watches. I'm not
Yeah.
going to damage it, so I'll get the exact money back
you go.
when I
Yeah.
trade it in. I know what I'm getting, I'm going to give 2. They're going to give me 1 back.
There you
I
go.
know going in if I plan to trade back and forth. And I did that with Gummo and a few others. I was like, okay, let me.
Get
Yeah.
rid of this.
Yeah. There's a couple of even scary movies like that I won't watch by myself, like the Amityville horror movie.
Oh man.
I won't watch that alone.
I watched
No, that's not a good movie to watch
the
alone.
newer one?
It is not.
Not the original, but the
Dude.
one that came out in like 2005.
2005.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched that. But, oh my
Dude.
gosh, I couldn't sleep.
I tell you what.
I'm not a religious person whatsoever, and I slept with the Bible under my pillow.
Mm-hmm.
I was. So
It's a
terrified.
creepy movie.
I'll tell you the craziest I've seen, like as far as like movie series goes, probably would be the Annabelle.
That's what you were saying.
Annabelle, and then they have, let's see, Annabelle, The Nun,
Conjuring.
The Conjuring, and then the Insidious.
I don't mess with none of those.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, I have never been more scared in my life.
That's what you were saying.
When I watched Insidious.
I
The
love
very
the first one.
movie. Yeah.
Well, the first one, like I said,
Dude.
here's the way to watch them if you want to watch them in chronological
It takes a long time.
order. And I haven't watched all of these, but I do enjoy. I enjoy going to the theater and see. I used to watch a lot of movies, and I didn't even mind. I would watch in the bigger cities.
Mm-hmm.
They would run the movie, even if they would just run it all day long, because they would sell tickets. If no one showed up, no one showed up. It would still played.
Yep.
So a lot of the times it would, if 11 a.m. show, unless it's a big blockbuster movie,
Yep.
how many people are really going to show up to The Hills Have Eyes for
Ugh.
11 a.m. on a random
really
Wednesday?
would.
I hate that.
I mean,
You
yeah.
Now I did show up opening day, but I didn't show up that early. I usually showed up because I worked a lot of my jobs I was talking about earlier. I've worked night. I worked alone a lot of the jobs.
Oh,
But I worked
Damn,
nights
dude.
then, so on the weekend I had off. So to try to even out my sleeping, I would wake up about noon on a Friday and then go, to a movie. And, because I get home at like 6 a.m. and I'd usually sleep from like 6. Later I slept from like 6 to
Where
11.
do you get rest at, bro?
It used to be a way more hectic schedule. I mean, it really was.
Really? Hey, but look where you're at now.
True.
You're running a radio show, and you
Thank you.
Run the ABC stores and everything else, dude. You're
And
doing-
soothing to your ears.
Yep.
So,
Hey, I will say one thing. I did like an hour worth of weed eating for this dude earlier, and he gave me like $40. I've never made $40 in an hour.
well, to be honest with you, I thought I only gave you 36.
Hey,
But
it
I
don't
thought,
matter.
I honestly thought, I was like, that was a lot of weed eating.
No,
it was high.
wasn't.
It wasn't?
No, dude. It
I
wasn't nothing.
I was like, because it was pretty high.
No.
It was like
Hey,
up to your
listen.
knees, I'm sure.
That's
And then you went
fine.
out there and you got the gas, and then your time, you won't be able to ever get that time back. So I was like,
Hey, but
I didn't
you're
know.
my
I
buddy.
was in my mind. I was like, is that enough? Because I was like, I didn't know.
Dude, listen. That grass was up about chest high, but the thing is you start up here and then you gradually go down. Dude, if you know what you're doing,
That seemed to
weed eating, it don't
be a
take
pretty
nothing.
decent lawnmower or weed eater, wasn't it?
Dude, that was a great weed.
Okay.
eater. Whatever you bought today, that what was it?
I'd researched a couple different ones, and I wanted to get like a medium to low price range.
Yeah, dude, if you put good string
You
on
know,
that thing,
which I bought some other string, but that just was
Yeah.
whatever came with it.
yeah.
But we'll go through The Conjuring as we wrap up in a moment.
All right, let's do it.
This is the Conjuring movies in chronological order. the way to watch them. The Nun,
The Nun comes first.
Annabelle Creation,
Yep.
The Nun
And
2,
then Annabelle. Yeah.
Annabelle,
Annabelle.
The Conjuring,
Yep.
Annabelle Comes Home,
Yep.
The Curse of La Llorona,
Oh, that was a scary.
The Conjuring 2,
I think I saw that one.
The Conjuring The Devil Made Me Do It.
The Devil Made Me Do It, man.
And that's the-
man.
That's
That was
the
it.
order.
That's it so far. The
And the
Devil
way-
Made Me Do It, man. That was that movie right there, dude. If you don't have somebody to hold on to, don't watch that movie.
So yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
it is scary.
So yeah, they
The Last Key. That right there, that's a part of the
Insidious.
Insidious
Yeah,
series.
I've seen that. I saw
Dude,
that one time.
And the Insidious Last Key, man, that movie scared me.
Well, I saw this movie didn't scare me, but it was creepy, I thought, was the original Silent Hill movie.
Yeah.
So I saw that on a Friday, like I said, like a 2 p.m. show. And I saw it at a little, it wasn't little, but it was an auditorium. Probably, it was in a town outside of D.C. called Woodbridge.
Yeah, Woodbridge, Virginia.
Yeah, Woodbridge,
Yep,
Virginia.
Northern Virginia.
We
Yep.
were literally just talking about
Yeah,
that.
we were.
About Woodbridge?
Yeah,
Yeah.
this
That-
artist that I found and was listening to, he's from there. He just dropped a new song like last week.
Who was?
Tommy Richmond is his name.
Tommy
His
Richmond.
song is Million Dollar Baby, and it's been on repeat for like 6 days now.
Okay.
Dude, that's scary, man. That's not a. If you're scared of ghouls and goblins or whatever, don't go to Woodbridge.
Well, I
Or
saw.
Salem.
I happened to see
I wanna
this.
Go to Salem so bad.
I do too. I happened to see this in Woodbridge
Yeah.
in the theater. Just a random. It was probably, if I had to think back, probably late September, maybe October release because it's a scary kind of movie. But I was in an auditorium all by myself, which I didn't mind. I didn't mind at all. So the previews come on. I'm sitting
You're
there
so brave.
watching it. Well, see, up until this point, to be honest with you, I knew the games, but after really a certain point in gaming, I just didn't really I just did the radio show.
Yeah.
So I didn't really have time
Right.
because I worked 40 out, probably 38 hours a week.
Yeah.
Went to college full time, did the radio show,
Hey,
and then
come
wrote
on,
for the
man.
paper, and did stuff like that.
Do you have time to breathe?
Wow.
I guess I don't know. From a young, it
Wow.
just seems like always.
Go, go, go.
How do you?
Yeah.
How do you do that? How do you keep up with that, man? I don't understand that. When I don't, I get if I have That's
idle
mine.
time, I get depressed,
Me too, bro.
and
Me
I'll
too.
and I'll cry, and be emotional, or I'll think
Yep.
about
Too much.
a lot about the past lately, and in good ways too. Like
Yeah.
not that anything like things aren't bad now.
Just
Yeah.
nostalgia.
Yeah, and and that's with idle time for myself.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's
Oh,
hard
I
to get
get
out.
it.
Well, I mean, I think we're both like that too. I'll sit and think about all the
Depression
places
is
I got to
horrible,
go
man.
to and everything I got to do in my childhood, and it just makes me miss that.
Well, see, a lot of it'll be like a lot of it is social media in a way because you've
It-
got the
it
memories
hurts
on
you.
everything.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Look
And
at this
then-
5
I don't
years
need
ago.
Facebook to remind me, like, with my past. Shut up, dude. Like,
Or it can even
don't
it can even
remember
make
that
you
shit.
think even though a lot of the times chronicled on
Yeah.
social media are good times,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
but it can make you think back. For
Horrible.
me anyway, that as well, the horrible times, but it can also make you think, for me, those times
Look
seem
where-
more carefree.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Look where I came from
Like,
to where I am now.
yeah. So, but I mean, because I started the radio show back when, up in the
Long
DC
time
area
ago.
when
Yeah.
MySpace was a thing.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know it.
We
I've been
are
following
old.
you since then, dude.
And then actually even before a little bit at, a station in Kentucky, before there
Oh,
was
man.
even we just had,
And Jenkins.
live, Whitesburg,
Yep.
live journal.
Oh man.
Oh my
Do you remember that?
God.
Yeah.
Live journal?
Oh,
Gosh,
you
almighty,
are
dude.
speaking our age.
Live journal.
Jeez.
Like I remember one time we had someone, and this is all, because from an early time I recorded all the shows, so I've got, I would say I probably have 80% of shows I've done throughout my life, which is probably close to, I don't know, 1,000 shows.
Wow.
Yeah, some of them are on cassette tape though.
No kidding.
No, I'm not, because at the old show
How old
we would
you,
have.
Adam?
How old am I?
Yeah.
How old would you guess?
I would probably guess about 30, 36.
He's
Okay.
42,
No, I'm 44.
44.
No.
Yeah.
We went
No,
over
you
this
That's
are
just because
not.
last
that's just
show.
because I haven't
You're
shaved in a few days.
44?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Yeah.
Bro.
We're spring chickens compared
Wow.
So yeah, it's water. It's really
Dude.
water, and just like today, like doing
Wow.
like I actually, and I think it's keeping busy a lot.
That keeps you young,
Keeping
man.
busy a lot.
to you.
Because I do
Keeps
like
you
when
young.
I had some extra time today, and I started to get a little bit down, and then I started to fall back into the habit of like, going, like I'll this is ridiculous, but I'll go back to this one particular. My mind relates things to
1 point.
to chronicle things, like if I'm
Yep.
thinking about a date from 1999,
Don't matter.
I can
Yep.
go back and be like, if I can look at whatever movie came out then, so I can relate that memory to that time of my life, or I have almost my entire life chronicled audio wise on cassette or CD. So sometimes I'll listen to those CDs of old shows, and I'll miss, like when you guys are in here, I really do like it, but I know when I'm only in here alone,
Yep.
it's not as entertaining for the audience, and it's
Right.
not as entertaining for myself, because it's just not talking to myself, but in a way,
Yeah.
It
Right.
is.
Kinda.
You don't have a
Yeah.
back and forth.
yeah. And I, in the past, I had cried about that.
That's all right, dude.
and,
You've done good for yourself, man.
So yeah,
You've done real good.
So yeah, I appreciate that. But yeah, those were the way to watch The Conjuring. But I don't.
Yeah, back to that.
Yeah, back to that. I haven't seen them all. I really haven't.
I have
Dude,
not
it's
seen
so
a single
scary.
one of them.
I've not seen a complete. No, I don't know if I've seen a complete horror series. I've seen every Friday the 13th movie,
Yeah. Yeah.
but
I
I've
get
not
that.
seen every Halloween
Dude.
movie.
I've never seen
Me either. Me
either of
either.
those series. And I have
None of them?
No,
I
have no
love
desire.
every one of them, but too scary.
Of those two?
Scary, dude.
For you
No.
or her?
No, for her.
I wanna
Okay,
watch-
let's see if she.
Y'all really had to talk me into go watch Tarot.
Yeah.
Was that too
and
scary?
movie,
No,
dear
it was
gosh,
stupid.
Papa, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. So, no, wait. So I had a complaint
That
with
movie
sucked.
yeah.
I had a complaint. All right. So
Thank you.
it was kind of like a movie. There was in the mid 2000s. There was like all these movies that came out, and they were like
Yep.
remakes of old movies, like The Fog.
Half cod things,
Hey,
man.
the Stephen King movie?
That's The Mist.
Oh, okay. I was
Yeah.
like, I really did like that
The
one.
Mist is a good one, but The Fog was a remake.
No,
and then
the fog was
and then there was like
horrible.
it was horrible, and then there was a couple like that, and it seemed, but there was a couple good ones, like the remake
Yeah.
of Prom Night wasn't too
Okay.
bad,
Yeah, no,
Wasn't too bad.
no, that wasn't bad.
and then the remake of
vampire dudes,
the remake of Stepfather was
yeah, decent.
Now, if you go back and I never had watched it. I'd only seen the video case in the video store of the Stepfather 1, 2, and 3. There were 3 of them.
Yeah.
In the second one, you may have never seen the movie, but you all may have seen the cover. If you look it up, it's the Father Part 2, Stepfather Part 2. But the first one seems more kind of brutal than it really is because it looks old. Like the movie looks 80s.
Well, they're supposed to make it look 80s.
Yeah, and it's got that gritty, realistic look to it. Because I rewatched it a few weeks ago.
Just like Late Night with the Devil.
Right.
They do most perfect thing I've ever seen.
Great.
Within,
Fantastic.
Like, dude, they made it look like a
Not from the 70s.
70s talk show.
Yes.
Or an 80s talk show.
Fantastic.
It was perfect.
Fantastic.
And I'm sorry I didn't get to make that with you, though.
That's okay.
I was,
That's okay. It's all good.
bad state of mind.
It's all good.
Man.
I understand. No, you don't have to explain.
Yeah.
You've got new movies, Fall Guy. The Fall Guy, that's out right now.
Yeah, I want to see that.
So I would actually, if you want to see it in theaters, I would see it probably this week.
Yep.
After this week,
Well,
I'd say it'll be out. You might be able to see it next week too, but then some more movies will be coming in. What's drawing you all to watch that one? Just because of the action, the premise,
Actors.
Okay.
The actors.
Ryan Gosling, he's
Yeah.
in a lot of good
Why
stuff.
couldn't you watch it, man? If Ryan Gosling's in it, you've got to.
What do you know him from? What's
Probably.
trying to see what you would know him from the most,
Hold on a minute.
and you think too, Amber, to see what you would say.
I can think of
He's,
the movie in my head, but I can't remember the
Not
name
Barbie.
Of it.
I'm not thinking about Barbie, but the one before that he was in.
Oh, he was in The Notebook. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's the main.
Titans is the one that I would. The dude that was
What is it?
Titans.
Ryan Gosling?
Yeah,
Let's look him up here.
he played freaking.
Let's go to the old trusty IMDb. I use that every week.
Yeah.
I honestly use IMDb every single day.
My bad. I got Ryan Gosling mixed up with Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, okay. So we've got the Fall Guy, Barbie, The Gray Man, First Man, Blade Runner 2049, Song to Song, La La Land, The Nice Guys. That's a good movie.
Oh, The Nice Guys. That's
a
a
good
good
one.
movie.
Blue
It's great.
Valentine too.
That's a good one too. That's a good one.
Never seen that.
Only God Forgives, Gangster Squad, The Place Beyond the Pines. Forgot about that one. Idols of March,
dude.
Crazy Stupid Love. Drive. That's a really good movie if you've never seen it.
I've seen that one.
How are we forgetting about him playing freaking Fred and Scooby Doo, bro?
What?
Ryan
That-
Gosling?
No, Fred and Scooby Doo was by Freddie Prinze Jr.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, and Ryan Gosling was also part of Kids Incorporated on Disney Channel.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Did you all know that?
No,
Kids
I
Inc.
didn't.
Have you ever heard of that
Yeah.
before?
Yep.
Distant
Absolutely.
memories.
Okay, I never watched it, but I do remember the song. And it had a lot of members, like a lot of famous members in it. Do you all know of any other famous members? Little trivia for everyone out there.
Lord.
In there?
On Kids Incorporated.
No.
Okay. You all don't know any?
I don't think so.
So here's the theme song. So Britney Spears was one time on
Spears.
Kids Incorporated.
Yes,
No
who was-
kidding.
was
Christina Aguilera was on Kids Incorporated.
Guess who else was?
Justin Timberlake,
Fergie.
Oh, no.
Fergie,
I love
What?
Fergie.
and Ryan Gosling.
No.
All these people.
No kidding, dude.
Would you have ever thought
No. I mean, yeah, but no.
that this is the very first
no
the
kidding.
84 theme?
Gosh.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Isn't that crazy?
That is.
Isn't that like?
Jennifer Love Hewitt was on there too.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
And like it's just so weird. Like if you go back and you see, like I was listening to something the other day, and they were talking about how Harrison Ford had a small part in it, but now you can't look at it as just a regular actor because now it's Harrison Ford. But when he made it, he was real young and he was barely in the movie, and that's how I would. I'm sure it is for them, like Brittany and all them. If they go back and they watch some of this, they're like, oh, they can't watch or listen.
Did you ever watch the Borrowers?
About those little people?
Yeah, but the live action, not like the.
Yes, I think so.
So, do you know who played the little boy with this big bright red fro? Draco Malfoy from Harry Potter.
No kidding.
No kidding. I read his book and he was talking about that was his first movie. I was like, what? Yeah.
Are you talking about that movie?
The Borrowers.
That John Goodman movie?
I think, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, what's his name? He played Draco Malfoy. White blonde hair.
Oh, I don't know his name, but he's a cool actor.
One other question here.
Uh-oh.
When does something become, when do you start referring to it as a classic?
Whenever it starts being nostalgic to you.
Because I looked up the...
That's anybody. It don't matter what age group it is, dude. Once it starts becoming nostalgic...
I feel like once it hits another generation, it's becoming a classic.
So 20 years.
Yeah,
basically.
20 years.
Okay, because I'm looking up the Borrowers official trailer. Came out in 1997. Mm-hmm. It came out in, I would say, February 97. Played at the Wise Movie Theater. And I remember it quite fondly because during that time, 97, 98, there was some snow. Mm-hmm. And some movies stayed there longer, and we split several movies, this being one of them. I never watched all the movie completely through, but I watched enough to when you said, I knew exactly what you wrote. When you said The Borrowers, I was thinking, yeah, because there was a cartoon called The Littles of the same kind of thing.
The Secret Life of Ariete was the original, and that was a Ghibli movie that came out in like early 80s or maybe late 80s.
Okay.
And that's where they got the idea of little people.
And then you've got Fallout on here. And then this is Fallout from the Fallout, the game, or is this what's the show everybody's talking about? Is that called Fallout as well?
I'm not sure. I do know it's based off the video games because that's why I wanted to go watch it.
Now,
way too many hours getting.
Was it the one we saw was it on the trailer at the movie theater? Mm-hmm. That's a TV show.
Is it?
Yeah, but there's a
show.
Stupid. I can't commit to a TV show.
No,
I
can't commit to a TV show either.
I
it's
can't
too much.
Either, man.
I give you 3 episodes.
Yeah,
I can give you 3 half-hour episodes,
and that's it.
I can't go.
Convince me from then.
I might be able to give you 45 minutes, maybe.
But also, you have to think of those like limited series that are like hour long, but there's only 3 or 4 episodes.
I mean, I might be able to do that. I mean, that's why I like going to the theater, because if I'm in the theater, I know I'll watch it.
Exactly. You're gonna get your money's worth.
Which movies I think are different than TV shows, because in movies they do this on some of the streaming movies. When they're made, the director intended for someone to watch them all the way through, not interrupted by commercials.
Right.
Yep.
You know, and I understand.
That's why they make it to the movie theater.
And they should put the commercials, if you're getting the streaming, the cheaper ones. Like, I've got to get the cheap one. $7.
Too. No,
they should put the commercials before the movie, after it.
Yep.
Don't interrupt mid-jump as he's getting ready. Is he going to make over the bridge? I don't know. I got to watch this commercial about, pantyhose. And then they somehow say, "Oh, pick it up at your local store." I'm like, how does he know that I'm local here?
No.
It gives me within the
blackouts, man.
craziness. But Fallout, so you're not going to be able to commit to the TV show.
No.
What's the last TV show that you all watched all the way through?
Oh man.
Are you considering
The Righteous
completed
Gemstones.
or still waiting for a new season to come out?
What was that?
I said, are you pertaining to something that's like already completed or something that I'm still waiting for the season to come out?
Either one. Either one.
The Righteous Gemstones.
I heard of it.
Dude, if you have not watched that show, you are not living.
I've seen scenes, but I've never.
Dude, it is so
Have you watched
great.
Outlander?
I have seen a scene of it and the trailer for it, but I haven't watched it.
I am up to date on all 10 2,000-page novels.
You know, I got to be honest. I don't think
8 seasons.
I think I've only in my entire life, and I've liked shows, but I've only watched completed 3 entire shows in my entire life. Saved by the Bell, 6 Feet
Amen.
Under,
Oh, I love that show so much.
and
I've not finished it. though.
Sex and the City.
Oh.
And the City. Yep.
I've watched the ones I've
Big.
completed have been Weeds.
Oh yeah, I watched Weeds. I liked Weeds.
Dude,
love
I didn't
that
finish it.
show.
Weeds has a little odd connection to Saved by the Bell.
It does.
Ah.
It has a very, very big connection.
And also, guess who turns 50 years old today? Or it might have been yesterday.
Zach.
Zack
Louise.
Slater.
Zach Morris.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mark
yeah.
Paul Gosselaar turns
Yep.
50.
That's crazy. Ain't
That's
it?
He's classic
Oh
now.
man.
We're all classic. We're
50
at least
year
over
old.
20, so we're classic. I'm double classic.
Platinum.
50-year-old.
Platinum. One time, Jake and I, my friend Jake and I, we played at this little. It was called Dr. Dreamo's, and it was in Arlington, Virginia. And the top of it was like this I would say restaurant, but you could order burgers and fries and hot diggity dogs and things like this nature. But below, which I'd only been in this one time, and that was it. They had like pool tables down there in a tiny little stage, and then they had a little like a traffic light, like a real life size, look authentic traffic light in the corner, and a little stage, and we would play comedy songs at different little coffee shops and just wherever we could play. And so most people would get up there and play serious songs. It would be like if Jake and I got up in between Season of the Witch and another band, but almost like a Tenacious D kind of thing.
Yeah.
I can't sing that well, but that was kind of
Dude, we
kind
could
of like
get
it was.
together and do some good stuff good.
And
I
we
know
did that at this little Dr. Dreamo's place.
All right.
And it was, and we said we were the platinum selling because we had a CD. We put out a CD at the time, and we had sold 100 copies of the CD. And so I said we had a. I didn't say platinum, but I said bronze selling CD.
There you go.
It didn't get a laugh, which made
man.
Jake in essence laugh.
Oh, you did good enough.
Because what would really happen is that we would often I would get up there, and I could only play basic chords, so Jake could play. Sometimes Jake would play with a little mandolin. He'd get up there and play. So I would buckle in my guitar. I could tune in and get the capo where I'm going to. I would say my name. I'd be like, my name's Bradley, and then Jake would say his name's, Marcus, and I say, and we're Adam and Jake. And then I would strum like I was gonna play, and then if we ever did a serious song, which we did twice, I did play on that, but it was just basic, E, A minor, G, C,
There you go.
F maybe. But when we did the other songs, I would just stand up there with the guitar around me, and then I would just have the microphone stand. Sometimes it would be the entire stand.
Oh.
So I would unscrew it. So when I unscrewed it, I took off the whole pole on it too.
Oh no.
Kind of like, Freddie Mercury used to do
Yeah.
sometimes. But I wouldn't move around if I had the guitar. But sometimes I would take the guitar off of me.
No,
So
That's funny.
you'll see a similar thing. There's a video on the YouTube channel where Aaron Lee and I play, and
Yeah,
I just
Aaron
play on the chorus. I don't play anytime that I really
Aaron Lee
sing.
used to record for me in a band called Synthread.
Okay.
Dude, yeah, he recorded everything we ever did, dude.
Nice.
Oh no, you ain't about to play Synthread, are you?
Not right now,
Oh Lord,
but we will next time
yeah.
because it is approaching tomorrow. It is tomorrow. It is Saturday, June 1st.
Right.
Saturday,
Who's
June
yours?
1st welcomes each and every one of you.
Hey, if any
Football.
of y'all are driving through Coburn tomorrow, stop at Skunkle's Closet right there by Tacoma.
Yeah.
And you said
We
something
be
else
there.
going on as well this weekend, right?
Clinch River Festival in
Yeah.
St. Paul's tomorrow.
Are you going to that show tomorrow night?
Where? What time is it?
49 Winchester.
Oh,
Not
God.
49 Winchester. I'm sorry. It's another gun band.
Six Guns.
6 gun.
What time?
I don't know.
It's late.
Like 10 probably.
Yeah.
Where is it? Over there? St. Paul?
St. Paul.
We could possibly go.
We're
Dude, you
going.
gotta come with
That might be a
us,
thing
man.
to do. Cause
And
yeah,
stop by Skunkle's tomorrow.
I'll do that. Well, I do work tomorrow, but I'll be back. I should be back around by like 9 p.m.
Stop by Skunkles.
And it's in Coburn.
Yep.
When do they
right
close?
there at the bottom of
I'm
Tacoma.
closing at 2 o'clock so I can go to St. Paul.
What time?
2?
Oh, you'll be
Yeah,
closed.
but hey, listen.
Well, I don't know.
Stop by there.
I'll go by there one day this
Stop
week.
by there and it'll be open.
I will. I'll check it out. Well, thank you all for coming by, and thank you all, each and every one of you all, for tuning into the Other People's Show. Please go to all of the social media pages. That's the Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, TikTok, and Instagram. The Other People's Show. Next week, I'm not sure the movie that we're going to dive into, but it'll be a good one. And Bullfrog, Amber,
Yeah.
thank you all for joining
Thanks
once
for
again.
having us.
You all have a good night, everyone.
Love you, brothers.
And sisters.